Hello, people! We're finally here! It's the last week of Blackrock Mountain, and wow, it's been a very fun ride. Like, I personally kind of wish they would just release it all at once instead of like dragging it out week by week. But I kind of can understand and kind of like how they did that because they did it with Naxxramas too. But as we get different cards released every week, we see like different. They see how the meta and the constructed shifts week by week by week. Personally, for me, I just want to play everything all at once, especially since I paid fucking money for it. But you know, it's cool. But once again, this week I've already finished the heroics and everything, and I already have the decks. I'm gonna show you the decks I used to beat the heroic mode for the last week of Blackrock Mountain, Hidden Laboratory, as I think it's called. I know. Some of you guys want to see the shit live, see it my first time doing it, and say you see how surprised I get when I get my ass beat or whatever. For the most part, other than like the first boss, Omnitron, I didn't really have that much trouble against him. So against this wing, excuses. And oh my god, the dog. Ugh. Come on, doggy. Yeah. So the doggy that I've been taking care of for like the past month is laying down right there. Alright, so with Omnitron, I use Paladin to beat him. Omnitron is very interesting in that, unlike having he doesn't have a hero power that he can consistently dish out every single turn, like the other heroic bosses could. But instead, he has, you'll see, like, I really suck at explaining things, so it's better to show rather than tell in this situation. Basically, he has a hero power that changes every turn. It starts at 0 mana, and then it goes up to 2, and then to 4, and then to 6, and then it goes random. And each of these hero powers summons a different mech minion, which you will see here. And I believe in normal mode, the mana cost was different. It was like 1 mana, and then 3, and then 5 or something like that. I don't know. But the first minion summons a 2/2, which I actually thought they would make this more overpowered, like a 3/3 or something. But you see here, Arcanotron here, both players have spell damage +2. It's very, very nice. So the Paladin deck I have is, I think it's a typical 80% basically of decks basically control Paladin. I do have Equality Concentrate. This is not Equality Concentrate, Equality Pyromancer, which is the most important combo to have here because he floods the board a lot. This guy is basically Mech Mage with a overpowered hero power. You see how he quickly floods the board. So the form, what the hell is this? How the hell do you get this out already? Oh, this is a 2 mana version, right. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to all minions. I actually can't deal this board yet. But this Paladin deck is basically minimize damage as much as possible. This guy plays very aggressively. He just floods the board with as much shit as he can, and then, well, he easily can get board control by just having a board clear like this. Unfortunately, I actually don't need to play anything because this shit is gonna die to Toxitron here. But yeah, I've been. First thing I gotta mention this before I forget. I did say I was gonna start doing League of Legends stuff again, and then I didn't. I kind of want to apologize for that because I basically lied. Well, I did lie. It's not basically, I did lie, and I feel pretty guilty about that. If you want to hear an excuse, I've basically, while taking care of this fucking dog down here, who's laying down right next to my Surge Protector, which I'm afraid that he's gonna start like messing with it, and then he's gonna shock himself or something. While taking care of the dog, I started watching this anime called Gintama. It's like a 260+ episode anime. It's comedy with like a mix of every other genre, and I've just been having, like... Wow.
Drink with me, friend.
Do you like to play with fire?
risking my Kodo so I can get value out of it later. I've just been binging and marathoning that shit for like the past like 3 weeks, watching like 6 to 10 episodes per day, non-stop. I have a very addictive personality, if you didn't know that. Oh, Magmatron here. Whenever a player plays a card, Magmatron deals 2 damage to them. That's why you have 2 big games. That's why I have a Panda, just to kill it constantly. And then the minion I killed earlier, the 6/6 that I didn't really highlight, that makes makes both players' spells cost less mana, which honestly I thought the heroic version of this boss fight, they would have made the benefits from those minions. I thought they would have made it only the Omnitron here gets it, but both of us get it, so it's pretty nice of them to do that. Anyways,
For justice.
let's die to this guy right here.
Gotcha. The battle.
You get really low on health really quick. So after he gets past like the first 4 mechs that he summons from his hero power, it becomes random. So the first 4 comes in a certain order, but then the rest of them come randomly. Because I definitely love having a random RNG-oriented hero power. That seems like really fucking fun to go against. That's sarcasm, by the way.
Reporting for duty. The battle. The battle.
Powering up. Portals online.
There's not really that much to do. I took board control. All I really want is to top deck my Leon hands so I don't die. My Leon hands. I said that really weird.
The battle for justice. The battle. The battle. Reporting for duty.
I missed 1 damage there. But the reason I chose a Paladin as the deck to beat this is mostly because he has a lot of he has mech whippers, as you saw earlier, and there was a point when I tried other decks against him, he just flooded the board way too much, and by the time I can get enough mana to clear the board, I'm already dead. And from what I understand, Paladin is probably the class that can have a really strong board clear as early as possible. And I guess you can go like Doom Surge or something on every other class. But with Paladin, you got the Pyromancer quality combo, which pretty much kills everything but Divine Shield or Death Rattle stuff. I guess you could go like Priest, Circle of Heal, Akonite combo. I guess that works too. But I think Paladin Circle Equality Pyromancer combo is the thing that saved my ass here. So this guy again, Electron, all spells cost 3 less. I actually thought this should only benefit him. That seems like it would make more sense. Oh well. Let's just draw a shit ton of cards.
Not on my watch.
Steel face.
For justice.
Anyways, I took board control really early. As long as I keep on killing these guys, should not be a big deal. Toxitron, start return, deal 1 damage to all minions. It's not scary at all. That's great. It's 1 strong Kodo.
Follow the rule. This is my battle.
Face. And I pretty much win the game. Pretty straightforward. I tried playing Mildred against this guy. Died before I could do anything. Just too slow. An idea that I had, well, the original reason that I tried to play Paladin against this guy was I wanted him to summon this guy multiple times, and then I just Peacekeepered and Humiliated every single one, and then he just takes a shit ton of damage by playing cards. The issue with that is that both players take damage whenever they play a card, so each respective player, bleh, whatever. So it wouldn't work, because if I play a card, I take damage, if he plays a card, he takes damage, I can't play anything. It's the issue. But then I just did this deck, it's pretty easy.
Repair costs. Thanks.
So you want to see the deck list there. I'm sorry, I'm really fucking distracted. The reason I had to re-record this is because I don't want to have too long of a video. It takes too long to edit, too long to upload and everything. This is the deck there. Obviously, you can make adjustments, but the most important thing is the Equality Pyromancer combo. Concentrates, of course. Concentrates, I think, is really necessary because if you don't draw Equality or Pyromancer, he might get the minion that gives you... Oh, actually, the very first minion he summons is the one that gives you the +3 spell damage. Then you combo it with like the minion that reduces your spell cost, and then you have a blast, just spamming spells. Maybe Gadgetzan or something to combo with that might be a thing. I don't know. Hammer of Wrath is in here just because I ran out of like cards that I want to play. For the most part, this deck is pretty early and mid game oriented, not much late game. I added Guardian Kings because, well, it turns out you see I got real low on health. 2 Leon Hands, 2 Guardian Kings is enough health for you to survive as long as possible, so you can draw your combo. But that's about that. So let's go on to the next boss. So we got ourselves Maloriak. His hero power is quite simple. Every minion that gets played just gets their health and attack swapped. For him, in the heroic version, he gets the minion's health and attack gets swapped, and he gets +2/+2. In normal version, he doesn't get the +2/+2 part. The deck that I'm playing using against him is going to be a pretty much handlock, Giant's Lock.
Your soul shall be mine.
From what I can tell, playing like 5 games, I win like half of them, so it's not a guaranteed win, but it's a pretty good chance. Mostly depends on the draws and all that, as per usual. Unfortunately, an initial idea that you might have to play against this guy is to use like,
Mustn't fail again. I greet you. Nothing goes to waste.
Initial idea they might have is to play stuff like Death Lord, or those the 1/4 minions with charge, or the 1/4 with Wind Fury, the 3 mana ones. But they don't actually really work at all. So he has a lot of like removal. He has implosion. He has stuff that goes up to 4 damage. So you really can't do stuff that swaps for your thing to get high attack. I have no idea what I just said there. Don't worry about it.
As you command.
Oh, he played nothing. Tap, beat, tap. Probably gonna watch your Protector. Could try to RNG Implosion. Dude, I've already talked about this like every single video, but I really hate Implosion. Like right here, it's gonna be a 66% chance to be a, what is it? 60, yeah, 66% chance to hit. If it doesn't hit, it's devastating, man. I've talked about this, like the Shaman's hero power, Crackle, Lightning Storm, the new minion, and then Implosion. I don't know why the variance on these cards are really fucking high for like no reason. Pisses me off, really. If you're wondering why I'm running Sacrificial Pact, it's because this guy runs a lot of demons, and Sacrificial Pact is 0 mana, and you heal yourself. These kind of, like heroic version of these bosses, you always lose a lot of health really fast, because he usually gets really good tempo. It gets a lot of big creatures out early, a lot earlier than you can. So being able to heal yourself is really nice. 0 mana is good for the tempo as well. And you saw earlier, he had Voidwalkers, and then he has Implosion Shapes, so, or Imps. It's really good to have that. And he does have big creatures that eat big game. He does not have any board clears, I believe, if I remember correctly. Look at that faceless value there though. And he does have secrets, which is why I have a Kazan. No more than that, though. And he has a Twilight Drake as well, which is why I have a Silence. Hopefully, you're getting the gist of things.
I can ease your pain.
I mean, Mistress of Pain is for the heals. I kind of ran out of cards I want to add. Sometimes you lose a lot of health so you can get free Molten Giants. Sometimes you just out-sustain to the point where you don't even need the Molten Giants. But yeah, but to go back to the previous game, I was talking about how I've been binging anime. Gintama is probably one of the best animes I've seen recently. The jokes, the comedy there it's basic like toilet humor kind of. It's a mix of like all kinds of humor, but there's a lot of toilet humor in there. And then the genre is weird. Like sometimes it's for the most part it's like comedy, but then sometimes it goes really badass, serious, dark action shit going on for like literally just no reason, just happens. And it's like, wow, this is so cool. So fun. All right, let's do this. Like I've had episodes where I'm laughing my ass off. I've had episodes where it's like I'm hella fucking impressed by the action, and then like other episodes where I'm crying because of like how much of a tearjerker it is. It's such a in my opinion, it's a pretty good anime. Again, it's like 268 episodes or something right now, and it's still ongoing. And 24 minutes each. I've just been binging that. If you want to know what the fuck I've been doing, I've just been doing that while taking care of the dog, which I have to. It's kind of hard to play. I don't want to make excuses about why I'm not playing League. It's just I just need a break from it. It happens occasionally, every couple of months, where I just like, fuck, I need a break from League. And combined with having to take care of the dog, who I'm home alone most of the time with just me and him, so I gotta take care of him. This is most likely gonna be a counterspell. I'm just gonna ignore him. He does have a shit ton of power overwhelms, so I might regret this. Or I could have Kazan first and then Siphon Soul. Yeah. Whoops. Anyways, if you watch anime and you haven't seen Gintama, you'll probably like it. That's right, I'm plugging other shit for no reason. You mad? Bam! I really need to start doing more videos soon because you see my commentary, especially when I'm not doing live streams. I'm just really bad at talking. I'm just like,
to commemorate this moment.
I'm just like stumbling on my words, really bad. Oh, you're not gonna say anything? He says he's gonna come up with a new name with me. When I did this new, okay, we've got Atremedes here, by the way. Equip a weapon that grows as your opponent plays cards. When I've played, you're gonna miss out on the joke here. This kind of sucks. So basically, Nefarian there, he makes fun of you. He says he's gonna give you a new name, and then he gives you this really stupid, cheesy, childish name, which you will see right there on the bottom left. He calls you a slayer of stupid, incompetent, and disappointing minions. And then you get that joke right there, where immediately right afterwards you see that, and it's fucking hilarious. All right, so Atremedes. Every time you, the player, plays a card, he has a weapon that grows in strength, and then he has a mana, zero-cost mana to bring the weapon back. So the idea behind this mage deck is if you played against Patchwork back in... if you remember Patchwork back in Naxxramas, you know how you had like made a freeze deck to beat him? This is that kind of deck. The hardest minion to deal with from his side is this Mana Worm right here. Outside of that, it's not really that scary at all. You notice I didn't play the Mana Worm. I was gonna play this slowly, but whatever. The Fairy Dragon is the most scariest things because you can't actually kill it with your hero power. Otherwise, like for example, 100 Creepers, I would just ping it. Even though I'm taking like 3 damage over per turn, I would still just ping it. But the idea is it's really easy to take control of the board. He has really weak minions, nothing too scary. That Dragon's Breath. His minion, like I said, his minion base is not that scary. It's mostly just small creatures like Haunted Creepers and Fairy Dragons. This is basically like his second biggest creature. He does have, okay, well he does have big creatures, but you have Polymorph and Fireballs to deal with them, so they're not that scary. But the point is, you just keep freezing him. And if there's ever a point that you can't freeze him anymore, you just use an Ooze or a Harrison Ford to destroy the weapon. That's all. Again, his minions aren't that big. Anytime that I top deck like a Flame Strike right now, I'm pretty much gonna win. I mean, his biggest creature is probably that, I don't know what the card's called, the 6/6 becomes a 9/9. He also has Emperor Thorosan, which is actually pretty scary. This is actually a pretty bad, I'm actually in a pretty bad spot right now, actually, when I think about it. That's a really good top deck. Not enough, unfortunately, but it's a good top deck nonetheless. This weapon's an 8/5. He does have a spell that increases the attack of the weapon, but at this point it doesn't really matter. Sonic Breath, deal 3 damage to the minion. Give your weapon +3 attack. He has 2 of those. Oh, was that reduced by Emperor Thorosan? It's Thorosan, right? Not Thorasane. Okay. Oh, well, I have to play this. I don't get one-shotted. This guy. This is his biggest creature when he gets buffed. I keep this Snow Trigger alive, so I have to play like that. I actually got a pretty bad hand. Usually I would not lose board control like that. This deck might need a little bit, a few adjustments. The thing is, I have Harrison Ford for a shit ton of draw, so I don't have much other card draw outside of that. Which you're seeing the issue here. There's a greedy way to play this, and that is try to Flame Cannon. It kills this one, and then I get 2 pings on this one, or 1 ping at the least. I mean, there's 2 scenarios. 50-50 Flame Cannon. It kills this, get double ping, or get 1 ping. Still get a trade-off. Flame Cannon hits this once. I don't know the math here. I mean, the safest play, if you don't want to risk RNG, is to kill that and Flame Cannon. But RNG. Get RNG. I won. Hooray. I like these Flame Walkers. I didn't realize he had Onyxia, because I always beat him before he actually can ever play Onyxia. I have to do this. Can't let him kill my Snow Chugger. What the hell was that trade? I'm actually probably gonna lose this game. Unless I top deck Harrison Ford right now. Game is pretty close. I just find my draws to be very unfortunate. Yeah, this is pretty do. I'm sure some of you want to see the doggy. Let's see, my table is a complete mess right now. Is there a way for me to position this where you don't see my messy ass desk?
Versus Archimedes.
I like the way dogs lay down sometimes.
You asked.
But they're just stretching their arms and legs out like this and laying on their side. Like they're dead or something. He's literally laying right on top of the search projector. Oh my, hey. Come here. Don't lay on top of the fucking power plugs, dude. You're gonna kill yourself.
Waits in the darkness.
Alright, so play this slow. Hope he doesn't have a fairy dragon again. He just has shit like that, so you just ignore it. Don't play anything so you don't buff up the creatures. Play it nice and slow.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
I can buff up one.
I hear you. You love my new recipe.
I'm in a pretty bad spot, actually. I'm just gonna play that, send it out to the wild.
Footsteps.
I really need my board clears. I'm really gonna go face. Huh. How do I want to play this? I have Harrison Ford this time around.
I hear your heart beating. You cannot escape.
Wow, you are gonna go face. Do I want to RNG again? Oh man. Fireball. I mean, the best scenario is fireball hit, freeze, flame cannon. Hope it hits that. It's a 50-50. Let's just do that. I should have played the Man Worm hindsight. I'm not having a lot of foresight right now. That doesn't help. Wish I played the Man Worm. Again, should have played the Mana Worm. Whatever, you're watching me make a lot of mistakes, and if I still win this, you can see how much room for error there is. Well, maybe not much room for error anymore.
Stench give you away.
JK. Give me 6 motherfucking cards. I don't know. I don't remember if he has any chargers, but I'm just gonna play that just in case. This tank's hits, okay, so it's very important. By the power of Ragnaros, I have the power. Huh. I'm gonna clear that out so it's not in the way. So this is what a typical game of this deck might look like. Just take board control pretty goddamn easily. Again, this is like the first time I've fucking seen this. Flame Strike. Wow, really? I may have just missed lethal, by the way. Okay, guys, you should not watch my channel anymore. I fucking suck at Hearthstone.
You cannot hide.
Did I lose the game now because I didn't calculate lethal? No, I'm fine. Again, making a shit ton of mistakes, but still gonna win the game. Well, to be fair, I am basically brain dead at the moment. I don't do anything that requires skill. Look at me, I'm on rank 16 scrub. I'm top 40% in rank play. Wow, amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Complete fucking scrub. Anyways, that was the third boss. You see, these decks don't really have too much trouble. I mean, you're not guaranteed to win the first game or two, but once you get a gist of how the boss works and how the deck works, that's how you beat him. I think I forgot to show the decks. So this is the deck, the deck there. The most important thing is just have a lot of freeze, frost elementals, water, snow chuggers, ice lance, frost bolts. A lot of weapon removals, and then his weapon's never going to be a factor as long as you have all of this. And then the rest of the cards are just there to take the board. Again, he doesn't really have any board clears. He has like single target spells, and then he has a few big minions here and there, but nothing that Polymorph or Fireball can't take care of. And then you just take care of the board, overwhelm him with a shit ton of minions, and kill him. And then I think I did show this deck, but I don't remember. The Maloriak Giants Lock deck, Giant Handlock deck that I used to beat Maloriak with. You can probably throw a Sea Giant or Mountain Giants. You probably don't need both of them, but I mean, I won the game with them, so not too hard. So now we're at the final boss. I don't know what's with me. I need to do videos more, man. I'm just like out of it when it comes to commentary. So Nefarian is a 3-phase fight that you can beat in the first phase. Very similar to the Ragnaros fight with the Major Domo stuff, where you see how this Nefarian Prius deck right here is basically my Major Domo deck, adjusted for the Nefarian fight. If you remember in the Major Domo / Ragnaros fight, I just built up a shit ton of Prophet Valens, facelessed it, and then I just double Mind Blast for the victory. This deck has a very similar premise, but the success rate is a little bit lower.
You made it to the glorious.
So the final boss here, folks.
The light shall bring victory.
So, in this boss fight, Nefarian's hero power summons 2 4/2s. So I've swapped out my Doomsayers from the Major Domo deck for Explosive Sheeps, because obviously Doomsayers are gonna die to 2 4/2s.
Creation awaits mortal.
In normal mode, I believe he had 1 health instead of 2 health. The Bone Constructs. And the thing that kind of makes me disappointed about this is that
Greetings.
Mortal minds, so easily manipulated.
he has 1 generic response to everything.
Mortal
If you remember, Naxxramas, Kill Through Zod, had a different line for every class and responded to each of these emotes differently. But this guy doesn't. What the fuck, Blizzard? You too lazy to hire a fucking voice actor? What's up with that? Probably should have saved that Shadow Word Pain for the... I still don't know the fucking card names. The 2/4 that becomes a 3/5. Dragon Wing Technician, is that what it's called? I don't really need to say anything, do I? About how stupid the AI is. So the game is quite simple. Blackwing Technician, not Dragon Wing. Okay, pretty close. Game is simple. Just delay, 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 delay. Until I draw my Prophet Valence and Faceless and all the health buffs.
My fate is sealed.
I was gonna play the Noitron. Again, this is all just delay tactics. If I ever lose control of the board, a nice light bomb's there to settle things. And look at that, how very convenient. For the most part, Dragon's Breath is essentially the highest damage spell he has. He has stuff like Tail Swipe, and I believe he has lower cost spells that deal around that same amount of damage. So I could play Prophet Valen right now. But I don't have my health buffs, which is what I'm worried about. So I won't. I have a Baron Geddon here. Baron Geddon's probably the best card for this fight. It deals with the hero power completely. I tried playing Control Warrior with Baron Geddon, and I almost won, but I just ran out of cards. But this deck should not have any problems with running out of cards. Yeah, I should have played Prophet Land, huh?
For Blackrock.
Just this shit right here. If I lose the Prophet Valen, it's essentially GG. If the only hero power is here, I might just play it. Okay, well. Okay, it should be fine to play it now. I do have a secondary combo where I go Inner Fire. But you can't one-shot with just Inner Fire. Divine Spirit Inner Fire combo. Yeah, 60 health. When you take out all the armor from this phase of the fight, he transforms into another creature that has 30 health, which you have to kill, and then he transforms back to this. So in total, he has around 90 health. Why would you... This AI, dude. I mean, I think technically the board is stronger. But that was still a pretty stupid play. He's in top deck war, so maybe I can afford to do this. I'd rather wait until I get health buffs before I play them because they're just gonna die. This is such a really bad spot.
Stand ready.
How much health does this guy have? 9?
I foresaw this. I foresaw this.
I really need my Baron Geddon. I also have Holy Novas in this deck, which the Major Domo deck did not have. Which I'm also not getting right now. That's so late.
My fate is sealed. I foresaw. My fate is sealed.
So I already cannot do the one-shot combo anymore. Unfortunately. Well, actually, I have like one more chance to do the one-shot combo.
My fate is sealed.
Good play. I don't know what the hell's with my thought process right now. I'm gonna stop attacking him here. Mind Blast should do just enough damage for lethal. This works too. So right now I can Holy Fire to kill him, but then you won't see the other phases of the fight. So right now, I can kill him with this. He will die, but I want to show you the other parts of the fight. So let's just do it. So let's just heal this. So when he loses all his armor, he does this. So what happens is that he summons Onyxia. She has 30 health. She starts with this weapon, Onyxiclaw, 2/6 weapon. And then the hero power is 0 mana, Nefarian Rains fire from above. This thing only hits the player's face. And the damage it does is, I don't actually know what the fuck is going on there. It does like 1 damage, and then next turn he does 2 damage, and then he does 0 damage, then he does 3 damage. It's like, it's I don't know what the pattern is there, but for like at least 5 turns, it doesn't really do that much damage. It's nothing that you have to worry about.
I foresaw.
The main thing is, after you kill Nefarian, I might actually lose this fight, depending on how this goes. I actually have to play a delay tactic, actually. Now that I think about it. So what happens is that after you kill Onyxia, he clears your board before returning back to the Nefarian. So I actually cannot do anything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for him to go fatigue before I kill him, Onyxia.
This time, I will spit just a single fireball. Because I'm charging for a glorious turn.
Because there's no point in me killing him right now because the overkill damage does not count. And if my board gets cleared, so I have to wait for him to use the rest of his hand. So the only thing I have to worry about is, well, Baron Geddon should win the game for me by himself. So he did 3 damage that time. Actually, it's a good way to find out how much damage this is gonna do. See, only 1 damage. It's very like I don't know what if it's RNG or if it's actually like pre-planned how much damage that does, but I don't really know how much damage it does. All right, 4 more cards. So I guess it slowly does more and more damage. It's still not that scary though. He has cards in his hand that he's not playing. Oh, it's the Shadow Flame. 2 more cards. I think I can go ahead and go, really. So Nixia's dead. He comes back.
I have tried to be an accommodating host, but you simply will not die. Time to throw
And he clears my board. Yep.
aside. Just kill you.
Oh, and emoting against Nixia, she only growls. That's all she does.
I'm out of cards.
All right. Pretty easy as you see there. Inner Fire is. I was gonna try to do a one-shot with Inner Fire because it was really hard to set up the Prophet Valens and having them live. Like get the 3 Prophet Valens out so you can do the one-shot combo. It was very hard to do that. So I was thinking of just playing 1 minion and then buff them up with a lot of you know, of all the health stuff and then Inner Fire one-shot. But the issue is that it was really hard keeping the 1 minion healthy enough to do that. So I just didn't do it. More of a creative lethal here. And that is Heroic Hidden Laboratory. I really like the decks here. I think I already talked about this, but I enjoyed Blackrock Mountain a lot more than Naxxramas. It feels like a lot less RNG heavy other than the Chromagus fight, which I don't want to talk about Chromagus. Fuck that guy. And also Valistraz from the last week. Turns out just having a shit ton of 1-drops like this kind of deck, is basically 99% win rate. The trying to play Millrook against him was a stupid idea in hindsight. I'm not creative enough or smart enough to come up with that the first time around. If I could come up with like the perfect decks the first time around, then maybe I would have competed in the Twitch race or whatever. But that's that. So that was Blackrock Mountain. That was the last wing. Finally fucking done. What class card did we get from this? Was it Solemn Vigil? You got that from the class challenge. The Paladin class challenge is pretty easy. I have nothing need to. You just show off. But that was, look at this. Oh man. This card has me worried that aggro decks, like say Face Hunter, is gonna be even stronger. Though people do run a lot of big game hunters, I think big game hunter is gonna be even more of a. I think people already run big game hunters. Like people always say, oh, to counter Dr. Boo, you go fucking big game hunter. Well, now there's even more reason to run big game hunter. This card, the Nefarian. I'm interested to see if this is actually a good enough card to make an impact. I think the only issue is that it doesn't do things like Ragnaros and shit. Does something the moment you summon him, or I guess the same turn that you summon him. This costs 9 mana. You get 2 random spells, but you can't really, probably won't be able to play the spells unless you're like 10 mana. Play this against a druid, you get naturalized, so you can kill his minion or something. I don't know if that'll work. It's cool though. All these dragging decks and stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know the names of half these cards, or like 80% of these cards really. So I'm gonna have a hard time like playing against them. I don't know. But I guess I'm done, really. There's not really that much more to say. That was Blackrock Mountain, guys. Can't wait till the next wing, or the next adventure. And, actually, before I end the video, let's bait out the dog with some treats here. You got some pepperoni sticks, or pepperoni sticks, which I'm sure is healthy for him. I mean, I've been talking about the dog. Some of you guys might not believe that I'm actually taking care of dogs. You think I'm just making shit up. Come here, come here. Come here, come here. Come here. Now let me pick you up. Come here. No, don't go. Don't walk away. Here. Jump up, come here. This bitch. Aww. Look at this motherfucker! Look, he exists! He exists! Oh, he's bigger than me! Cause I'm a small-ass man. Here you go, here you go. Oh. I believe there's a part where I'm like, oh, he's such a cute, look at the cute little doggy! Oh, look at the camera! Oh my god! Oh. There's a part where I treat the dog like a little baby, and I'm like, oh my god, look at the camera! Oh, say hello! And all that stuff, all that cutesy stuff that people like to do. But that's not me. Puh. Fuck that guy. When he's very fucking energetic, he's so obnoxious. He won't, when we take him outside, doesn't even like to come back in. Like, he just lays down on the ground, like, not fucking just resisting and shit. Fuck that guy. And then he barks at every other dog that he sees. Ugh. Been taking care of that motherfucker for, like, pretty much the entire month. So I still got, like, a week or two left. And then maybe after that, I can start doing a lot more League stuff, but I do plan on doing League stuff. I apologize for saying that I was going to do it, and then I didn't do it. I have no credibility left whatsoever. But before I end the video, let's talk about random shit that's been happening in the past couple of weeks on the internet. Let's see. When I stopped playing League regularly, there was the Chroma Pack drama. Everyone's bitching about how Riot only cares about money, which one thing I want to talk about is Riot is a business. They need money to sustain themselves. But I do agree that it seems like Riot does more like skin-related stuff to make like stuff that makes them money. It seems like they do more of that stuff than they do like, I don't know, bug fixing or adding like replays to the game or something like that, adding features to the League of Legends. And I do kind of think Riot might need to reprioritize a bit, but maybe they are doing that stuff. They're just not. They're just being on the download about that. But then after the Chroma case stuff, we had the League of Legends YouTuber drama, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, a bunch of popular League of Legends YouTubers essentially banded up together and went on Reddit and basically downvoted all like YouTube videos not made by the people in the group, and they only upvoted all the videos made by the group. So what ends up happening is that all the popular people make it to like the front page of Reddit, but while all the small time people like me who wants to, you know, try to get highlight videos out or some shit, get their shit downvoted and never seen. And there's all this drama how like fucking VV Vortec or whatever, I don't know how you say his name, VV Vortec, who is like a known YouTube League of Legends YouTube commentator troll commentator. He like fucking went in there, stuck into their Skype chat or some shit. I don't know what the fuck what he did, and he and other people like revealed the fucking sketchy shit these people have been doing. And I made some tweets about it. And if you want to know why I never advertise my channel, maybe I actually do, and you just don't fucking see them. Ever thought about that? No, I don't actually advertise my channel. This is why I don't do collabs. This is why I don't do shit with other streamers or YouTubers, because I don't trust these people to not do something that might fucking somehow get connected to me because, oh, he did videos with that guy, and that guy did sketchy shit, so maybe he's related to them. I don't do sketchy shit related to the channel. I'm not gonna say I don't do sketchy shit. I think everyone does sketchy shit, as in like stuff that may or may not be legal. I'm not gonna say I don't, though, for legal reasons I don't. But I don't do anything related to the channel that would probably make me lose my reputation. I say a lot of stupid shit. I say a lot of offensive things sometimes, but that's the extent of things. I don't actually do anything that will probably get people pitchforking against me, because and it's somewhat related note that's not related to all this. A couple days, like a week ago, a couple days ago at this point, but for this video, it might be like a week ago. There was a paid mod stuff on Steam that everyone like pitchforked against, which I think the internet is way too willing and way too ready to pitchfork and bandwagon against shit. Because the paid mod stuff that people were hitting upon, I think while I understood where they were coming from and what their complaints were, I consider it to be a huge fucking overreaction. Like fucking everyone's all like, oh my god, Valve's the worst fucking company now, worse than EA. Fuck Gabe. And it's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? You guys are this mad over fucking mods costing money? I mean, there's a lot of issues with it to do with like a lot of ethical reasons or some shit like that. But for the most part, paid mods is not an issue. I don't find it to be an issue. I mean, they need to work on certain things, which I think they are. They disabled the paid mod stuff after all the backlash. But I don't want to talk much about it because I'm not the most informed person, and I don't want to voice my opinions on stuff that I'm not the most informed about. But from what I could tell, it was not as big as a deal as people made it out to be. And I was really surprised at the backlash. And this is why I don't do sketchy shit before I end the video. I'm rambling. Is because people are really easy to just bandwagon with each other and just circle jerk and just hate anti shit. I don't know why I said anti. I was trying to say like anti-circle jerk, but it's more like they're circle jerking to be opposing something so willingly. And then the thing is, when they are all pitchforking against shit, they become so irrational, illogical, and shit. You see all these people taking pot shots. I was reading comments on the paid mod stuff, and people were taking so many pot shots at Valve. They're not even arguing like the point. They're not even trying to argue this. They're not even trying to make a discussion. They're just saying, "Wow, Valve, you're a bunch of fucking greedy assholes." It's like, what the fuck? Why don't you make actual points? And this is like a thing with the internet that has been getting on my nerves for like the past couple of years. Is just people become so illogical, become so irrational at times, and they just follow like a mob mentality kind of thing, kind of like this thing, you know, where looting happens at protests whenever a black kid gets shot or something by a white dude. I don't want to talk too much about it because I think it's getting too touchy, but there's a lot of mob mentality there too, and like I just wish people would just be a little bit more calm and think a little bit more before they do stupid shit. That's not to say I don't do that. It's just I try my best not to, and sometimes when I see other people don't do it, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And that's about it. I know I don't want to ramble on too anymore, but League of Legends stuff will come back. I promise. And I apologize for my failures, but I always have to apologize every time I do this a lot. Every couple months, I just disappear for weeks. I'm sorry. And to be fair, I have plenty of time to spare to get to challengers, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. So thank you guys for watching. Be back for the next adventure. Be back for Game of Thrones stuff whenever that's out. I was gonna make more I was gonna make GTA content, but then GTA Online's filled with fucking cheaters right now, so maybe not. So I don't know. But that was me, Rain Pony, with Hearthstone, Blackrock Mountain Adventure. Be back for the next adventure, whenever that is, like half a year or something. Maybe I do occasional arena runs. I say that, but then I didn't do it last time around, so maybe not. But we'll see. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and see y'all next time.